Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to another edition of the Heat This Week. I am your host, Brandon Astle. On this week's show, we recap a busy week for the Heat. They played 4 games in a span of 6 days. We also got to know second-year forward Brett Olson, and we catch up with Heat bench boss Troy G. Ward. All that and more to come right here on the Heat This Week on SHOT.TV. 4 games in 6 days the Heat played last week. Unfortunately, did not come away with a win in any of the 4, but the most entertaining one took place on March 5th at the Abbotsford Entertainment and Sports Center against arch-rival Texas Stars. Here's this week's Game of the Week.
Starting goaltenders tonight for the Heat, Olivier Waugh back in the cage, 6-4-1 on the year, and 1-1 against Texas this year. Opposite, Christopher Nilstorp, big goaltender for the Stars, 20-12-4 on the year with 2 shutouts, and has a record of 3-1-1, including a shutout in 5 games played against the Heat this season. 50 seconds to go in the Stars' man advantage. Meach back for Dowling down the right wing. Dowling centers to Morin, who's back on. Morin to Meach. Meach in front for Morin, and he scores! Great give and go on the league's leading scorer. Travis Morin opens up the scoring. Came into the game on an 8-game goal drought. That's history as he puts a top shelf on a great setup from Meach. And the Stars' dominant power play 1-for-1 early on in this game. And Texas leads 1-0. Street's going to the net. Jones throws it in front. Save, rebound, loose. Street whacking away. So is Trupp. And the puck's still there, and Jones with a wide open net, can't score, and it's covered by Nilstorp. Oh, Jones had a great chance. Nilstorp was down, but could not connect with the puck there in the crease. And Nilstorp catches a break as Street and Trupp were jamming at the loose puck. The referee saw it the whole way. Now to the line for Smith. Smith to LaFranchise. Looks, backdoor feed to Locke. Throws it in front, Jura shot, save, rebound, Berchi scores! She extends his point streak. Had a goal yesterday. He's got a goal here tonight. And he's even things up at 1-1 as the power plays for both sides strike early on in this game. Juris took a shot in the slot. Rebound came to Berchi. He stayed with it along the right post and puts it in past Nilstorp. 10:53 to go. And comes to the corner for Dowling. Dowling centers, headed with a shot, stopped by Waugh. What a save by Olivier Waugh coming to his left. Stars come back and Dowling able to set up a streaking head-in, but he's robbed. But Street follows up and plays it ahead for Jones, but it's between his legs, and back come the Stars. Jeffrey down the left wing, centers, Alexiak shot, scores! Alexiak takes the pass from Jeffrey and beats Waugh short side glove. And the Stars have their second lead of the game. Great shot from Alexiak, who joined the rush. He makes no mistake, putting home his 5th goal of the season, and that's a late one to give up from the Heat. Namath down the right side. Wrist shot stopped by Waugh. Puck comes behind the goal for Glennie, now for Ranford. Brendan Ranford back in front for Glennie. Shot, scores! Ranford again with the setup, and Glennie with the goal. And the Stars have 2 goals in less than 2 minutes, and they open up their lead to 3-1 as Glennie puts home his 10th of the season, glove side on Waugh. Olsen right corner, stops, looks, feeds the line for Jones. He'll wind and fire, save, rebound to Billings. Scheibengel shot, saved by Nilstorp. What a save! Oh, Billings at a sharp angle to begin with, but got a good shot on net, and doing the splits as Nilstorp. There's his best save of the game to keep it 3-1. Big rebound to the left wing. Green to center for Trupp. Touch pass for Ben Street. Street back to Trupp. Throws it in front. Scores! Blair Jones! 8-1 as Jones snaps a 6-game goal drought. Great hand-eye coordination there as Trump just threw it towards the net. And Jones got a piece of it, changed his direction on Nilstorp, and the Heat have life in this third period. It's now a 3-2 Texas lead with 10:47 to go. Great job by Jones just to get a stick in front of it. And Banks does a good job of poking it free to the corner. Meach up the board, stolen by Elson. Behind the net for Banks. Banks in front, Olsen scores! Brett Olsen ties it up! Elson, Banks, Olsen go to work down low. And the Abbotsford Heat erase the 2-goal deficit in the third period. What a setup from Banks. Olsen on the doorstep, ties it at 3-3 with 3:44 to go. Dowling in the Heat zone. Stops on the right boards. Wrist shot save. Rebound. Gauntz scores. Stars win it on an overtime winner by Cameron Gauntz. And the Heat have dropped 6 straight games. They get a point tonight, a hard-earned point. But the Stars get 4 points in the 2 games. Dowling led it on goal. And Gauntz, the unlikely OT hero, sews this one up. And the Stars 5 points ahead of the Heat for first place in the Western Conference. And the losing skid continues for now.
The Heat's roster has been decimated with call-ups and injuries and has taken a toll on the team during this 8-game homestand. However, the good news is there's still a couple games to go at the AESC before they hit the road on March 17th to Hamilton. Time for a break. When we return, Brett Olsen takes a crack at rapid fire. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Heat This Week on SportzCast.TV. Welcome back to the show. Brett Olsen is having a fantastic second year with the Abbotsford Heat. He has already set career highs in goals, assists, and points, and he can add a new career highlight, taking a turn at rapid fire. Well, Brett, your favorite sport other than hockey?
Baseball.
Most embarrassing song on your iPod?
I don't know, probably something by Rihanna. I don't know.
Denver or Seattle?
Denver.
What is the best thing you cook?
Probably a mushroom pork chop dinner.
Celebrity crush?
Carrie Underwood.
Worst injury you've had in hockey?
Probably my hand. I had to get a plate in there.
Favorite reality show on TV right now?
I don't like reality shows.
If you weren't a pro hockey player, what would you be doing right now?
Hopefully a pro baseball player.
Favorite vacation spot?
I like to go down to out in California.
Favorite player to watch in the NHL right now?
I've always liked to watch Datsyuk.
Favorite sport to watch in the Winter Olympics other than hockey?
Luging.
Favorite athlete?
That was Derek Jeter when I was growing up.
Best prank you've seen pulled in your career?
The butt sit-up. You ever seen that one?
No.
The ultimate sit-up.
What was your welcome to the AHL moment?
Probably when I got absolutely lit up from behind the net in my second game.
And finally, Brett, what are your pregame superstitions?
I usually try to put my gear on a certain way every time and try to stay with the same routine with stretching and stuff like that, warming up.
This has been Rapid Fire with
Brett Olsen.
There you go, Brett Olsen, who's having a fantastic sophomore season with the Abbotsford Heat. Speaking of the Heat, it's been a tough go for them in the past couple of weeks, but still, they remain comfortable in the playoff spot, 5th place in the Western Conference. And to talk more about the team, Heat TV caught up with Troy G. Ward. Alongside the head coach of the Abbotsford Heat, Troy G. Ward, and Troy, you guys are coming off a busy week with your last 2 games against the Chicago Wolves. Unfortunately, couldn't pick up a win against them because you guys were pretty much undermanned the entire weekend and the week. Just your thoughts on the series against Chicago?
Well, it was good. You know, you always take the good and the bad with it. I thought there were some things that we did really well, and there were some things we didn't do so well. Part of that had to do with our chemistry. We just, a lot of new working parts trying to fit in and play different minutes than they're used to in different positions. And I things like that. But there was still some good things that I liked. That I think during this stretch we have to get some guys to move forward and play a better game for us. And I thought that some guys did that, so that was encouraging. And we just be patient through this process and try and get some positives that we can build so that when we get this thing righted, then we got those things moving forward for us.
In the 4-game season series against Chicago, you mentioned in your press conference that in all 4 games you didn't have basically your full team, which people will look at on the stat sheet and say, 4 losses, but at the end of the day, it did take a toll in those games for you guys.
Yeah, it took a toll. The disappointing part is that going into the 4 games that we had with them the last couple weeks is that their team had been climbing a little bit through the standings a little bit, and we'd been kind of holding posture a little bit. And going into those 4 things, when you play against a team you haven't played against all year, that's a good team. You want to play them, and you want to play them at full strength. And if you're the coach of the opposing team, you want to play Abbotsford at full strength because it's a benchmark as to where you're at. That's been a little bit of the disappointment over the last 6 home games is that we played the best teams, I think, in the West in Chicago, basically Grand Rapids and Texas. And we've been a little bit undermanned, but that's all right. They were undermanned at different times during the season too, but you always want to go against some better teams with your full roster.
Obviously, the team going through a little bit of struggles right now. Are the guys in the locker room, you sense a little bit of frustration right now with the team, or?
No, not really. No, not at all. I think they're good pros. They understand their strengths and weaknesses. They understand where they're at. They understand that chemistry has been a part of that. We've lost some chemistry, and we've got to build some new chemistry with new teammates. And anytime you go through those changes, that takes a little bit of time. And we're frustrated with that, but only in that regards. Like, it doesn't linger with us. It's not like we brought it to the rink here today or nothing like that. They've been good pros.
So during this 8-game homestand, it's not like you faced teams that weren't very good. You had Grand Rapids, Texas, and Chicago, 3 teams that are legitimate contenders. Out of those 3, do you feel there's a front runner or
no
team to beat?
Probably Abbotsford, but not until we get all our guys.
Yeah, fair enough. So you got Utica coming in this weekend, and we know the struggles that you've had with them. They're starting to turn it on a bit. All of a sudden, they're a 500 hockey club after losing their first 10 games of the season. Like you guys, they have some guys up with their big club in the Vancouver Canucks. Just your overall expectations this weekend?
Same. We've lost 3 of the last 6 against them in overtime. They've all been tight games, and we've had good series against them all year. I don't think one team has dominated. We won 2 games in the early in the year. Was kind of a turning point in our season. We had been winning and losing going into that Utica opening series, and we found a way to win 2 games. We came from behind in the 1 game. We took Bear out and put Ordio in, and that kind of got Ordio's year started. And so that was a long time ago, but it's been a good series with them. I expect the same this weekend. They're a good hockey team. They put pressure on you. They just were an expansion team that just started a little bit slow, but they're a good hockey team.
And finally, Troy, just to comment on some of the players up in Calgary right now. Obviously talking about guys like Marcus Granlund, unfortunately hurt right now. Reinhardt, Knight, Hanelski, and Wotherspoon, and then the goaltender who's getting the bulk of the starts, Yanni Ordio.
Yeah, those guys are doing great, and that's really what we're here to do, is to make those guys better and try and help them so that when they go up there they can have some success. And so, in that room back there, you ask how we're doing. There's usually sometimes there's a win and there's a loss. Like if Calgary wins and we lose, well, a lot of our guys are up there helping those guys win. So, the group feels good about it because the one thing we strive for down here is that we're a team and that, individuals will go up there, but they're going to go up there based on the success of the team down here. And so everybody feels good about those guys and they're happy for them. And, so we look at it as we're supposed to develop and we're supposed to get better. And at the same time, we're bringing guys up from Alaska right now and playing them. Conley got here today, and so we're doing that, nonstop. We're just trying to make some guys better, and at the same time cheering for whether it's Calgary or whether it's the Heat or whether it's the Aces. Like somebody in the organization has to win.
Appreciate this, Troy.
Thank you.
Time for our last segment of the show. 43 games took place last week in the American Hockey League, and let's take a look at some of the top plays from around the league.
Villain shot blocked and look out. Ritchie steals it on a breakaway. Ritchie in on goal. Deeks and he scores.
Yardcraft shoots and scores. Knocked down there by McKinnon, and here's Albert. Johnny Albert going short-handed. Albert in on goal. And it's back out to the neutral zone. Cut off by Potter. Sends it to the middle. Here's Richard. Steps in between attackers. He scores. Take it away. Tyrell centering pass intercepted to the neutral zone. Carroll got around Sergey and flips it to the right wing corner. Lindback turns it over. Oh, he made a sprawling diving save. Whoa! Viega is going to be called for holding here. They throw it in front. What a stop from Erickson's right leg.
Birchie on the left wing. Works his way in. Birchie backdoor feed. And Reinhardt scores!
Hit by Brennan. Spun around Buddy Robinson.
Jordan steals it away. Flips it ahead. Here's Tyrell. Beats the defense. He's in. He shoots. He scores. David Tyrell.
To the red line, his dump in got blocked, came back in. 2-on-1 for the Phantoms. Far side, waiting delays across, McGinn scores. So that's good news for the Saddle Snap.
And here comes the loose puck. Played by the Barons. Fighting comes in deep. He scores!
But then Hensick holding. Hensick saucers it across on that right wing side to McElrath. Right in, he shoots and scores! Oh, what a play by Hensick and McElrath, who made a nice little move there before he flicked it in. It's 3-0 Wolfpack.
All night. Here's Robinson stepping in. Short-handed feet. What a save! Michael Hutchinson! Oh, baby, that's an enormous stop. Oh, I can't believe it.
That's it for this week's show. The Heat's 8-game homestand comes to an end this weekend when they welcome Canucks affiliate Utica Comets to the AESC. And those Comets have been a thorn in the side to the Heat as they have won the last 6 games in this season series. Next week, I am on the road with the team, so Lauren Rempel will be in the chair to bring you another edition of the Heat this week. Until then, you're up to date with the Abbotsford Heat. See you at the rink.
Look.